A few days ago, I posted a video about a viewer who had an issue with his 1.5-year-old BYD Seal, 2024 BYD Seal. So it was a genuine case where the air conditioning stopped working properly slowly over time, and because the AC system also helps cool the batteries on those cars, he was understandably a little bit worried about driving it. I think it was 150 kilometers or something like that to the dealership, and I think the My Car garage dealership wasn't in force, so he couldn't really utilize that. This is quite a rare occurrence that you have these sort of issues. I've not heard one with the BYD before, for example. BYD vehicles usually extremely reliable, as we can see on YouTube from the teardown videos and all the things I've been saying for probably the last 2 or 3 years, and you know, or maybe even more actually. They're engineered very, very well. By and large, they're a good product to buy. And so when you need to fall back on the service network, you just want to know it's there. And this person, I think, did some preparation to ensure that it was going to be there, but it kind of just didn't come into effect, basically. So they couldn't really get it fixed by BYD easily. They had to get it towed. BYD didn't want to tow it, I think, or something like that, or it wasn't. They were not picking it up, basically. And anyway, they've basically done like fixing it like they're fixing it like a champ, like exactly what you would hope for. So I'm quite happy to be able to report on that. And I hear from the hundreds of owners, basically thousands of owners. So I'm hearing from basically the thousands of owners every month, basically, that sort of have bought them in Australia and Europe. The overwhelming majority basically just don't have troubles. People buy them, they have them for 2, 3, 4 years, maybe sell them on, you know, but they have no issues. So that's basically the normal experience for a BYD owner. I personally think BYDs are up there. They're kind of comparable with, you know, Toyota, Honda, a couple of other brands, but they are, yeah, when it comes to the real world dependency and the longevity, those two brands like Honda and Toyota, they're kind of up there with the best, right? Or conventionally, they are up there with the best. I've always said BYD are as well now in this new modern time that we're in with the EVs, and Zeekr, actually incredibly well built. They're also very well built. So yeah, no brand is immune to the occasional fault or issue. I get issues literally weekly about the 12-volt systems in Toyotas going haywire. So this BYD story kind of took an unexpected turn in quite a good way though, and I can just like quickly brief you through that because it was kind of a good thing on BYD's part. So it's only fair that I really update everyone because the follow-up is honestly quite impressive. And yeah, the first one wasn't so good news. This is good news. It's everything that we kind of would hope for. So let's jump into it. Hello folks, my name is Ben Alexander. Thank you again for joining. I really appreciate your time. Thank you to these people. These are the channel members. And yeah, I really appreciate all the support I've been getting. Also, Keith, thank you very much, Keith, for chucking a couple of dollars in the comments. I can see that, so that's really nice. I really don't expect that, but that's really nice. You don't have to, but thank you very much. So after my first video went live, I think it was on Thursday. I do believe it was on Thursday, maybe Wednesday, but Thursday, I think. Something interesting happened. The next day, I got an email from BYD, actually, and BYD Australia, and they reached out to me directly. Basically a long, polite message. There was no like defensiveness or anything like that, no excuses, no, there was nothing aggressive, nothing weird or anything. Quite the opposite, actually. They thanked me for bringing it to their attention, said some lovely things. They asked for more details so that they could contact the customer and sort it out with their permission, of course. And from everything I've seen behind the scenes, BYD actually handled this entire situation very, very professionally, very, very nicely. So I actually didn't need to pass details on because they figured out who the customer was and they just got in touch with him. So yeah, the most impressive part, I think, was that I think it was Thursday, I posted the video, I believe. They contacted me about a day later or something like that. And then on Sunday, they'd already collected the car. So like, that's pretty quick, to be honest. And yeah, unbelievably quick, really, especially when you consider how busy service centres are these days and for getting cars repaired, or obviously selling so many cars. And yeah, from what I understand, the repair, I think, should be carried out under warranty, which is what you'd hope for a car that's only 1.5 years old and the air conditioning is failing. So or seemingly failing. So yeah, this saved the customer about, I think it was $900 or something like that, $899 towing fee. So yeah, BYD absolutely did step up and just do everything properly and fix that issue straight away, which was really, really nice. The one point I do want to make is really important, that this incident doesn't really reflect the typical BYD ownership experience. Lots of people in the comments saying all sorts of different things, and basically most people don't have an issue when they buy a BYD, and it's exactly the same with Toyotas or Hondas and stuff. They largely just get them and then they drive them, and then a year goes by and another year goes by and another year goes by. Maybe every now and then someone has an issue, and that's kind of what this was. This is not really like a dramatic thing, like a BYD has a failure, it's horrible and horrendous, and they're really... It wasn't one of those videos. It was really just bringing this information to the fore, because I think they should have gone and collected the car, because they, you know, he spent a lot of money on it. He's only had it a year and a half, and it's failed in quite a bad way. And yeah, when you're faced with that reality of having to pay so much money to pick it up, it's not really great, you know. So anyway, the feedback I consistently get from all the different people who watch, people send me emails. There's a couple of members who I know, for example, in Norway, they have BYDs, and basically people just don't really have issues. It's quite rare. So people message me weekly saying things like, it's the best car I've ever owned, runs like a dream, it's faultless, I've had it for 2 years, things like that. So, and obviously cheap to run, because, you know, generally speaking, most people aren't paying like $130,000 on a BYD. It's like, you know, 35, 40, 45,000, something like that. And then when you factor in the running costs and stuff, it's just like, it's a pretty good deal, really. So yeah, the fact is, they're definitely quite a decent vehicle. However you really weigh it up, the data does not suggest that they're not a great vehicle. So I don't think that video should really put anyone off buying one, because it's just one incident and they sell many cars. And I think roughly it's around 15 million new energy vehicles that they've now sold worldwide, something like that. Probably something around 15 million, I think. So if their cars were unreliable, we'd know about it. We'd see it everywhere, forums and social media, YouTube, the press, my comment section, things like that. But we just don't. It's not the case. So major failures, very rare, extremely rare. And this was most likely a small air conditioning leak, which has then just sort of trickled out, and then it's become a bit of an issue. And yeah, a little bit hard to fix, because the owner was sort of rural. So 150 kilometers to the service center or the dealership. So another thing worth remembering is that BYD builds almost everything in-house. So their own batteries, the chemistry, of course, not just the batteries, but the battery packs, their own motors, the electronics. Of course, they started out as an electronics company. So that level of vertical integration usually is a really good thing. And yeah, it's quite unusual in the car industry to have such a level of vertical integration. And ironically, it's one of the reasons that their reliability is generally so good, I believe, when a manufacturer does control the entire process, from battery chemistry all the way down to battery pack design, electronics, and final assembly. Then basically there are fewer third-party components and fewer potential mismatches and I suppose weak points, because they've already sussed those all out. So yeah, fewer unknowns should be a better experience for the person who's buying it. So yeah, occasionally something will still crop up though, every now and then, because that's kind of life, isn't it? So even the most reliable brands on earth have issues. Toyota sells 10 million cars a year, something like that, 10 or 11. And they're making more money than ever actually at this point in time, even though they're not really committed fully to going electric, but they are pushing a little bit. But yeah, basically every now and then a car needs a warranty repair, of course, like the bonnet doesn't open properly or something like that, or the headlights turn on, they turn off, the Bluetooth is... There's issues all over. Honda is exactly the same story. Some of the best brands. A lot of people are saying that the quality of Honda and Toyota has sort of gone down. But anyway, one isolated case doesn't mean a brand has reliability problems. It just doesn't. And I think some of the comments were a little bit outlandish, a little bit mad, really. People saying that they shouldn't buy one based on one single reporting of an issue with a car. So yeah, this happens to every automaker. So it's all right. I think if you're interested in BYD, just go and suss them out, just go for a test drive or something like that. So I would say, in fact, that the strong reaction from viewers to my first video shows that people genuinely care about how companies respond when something does go wrong. And BYD's response here, I think, is very quick, incredibly proactive, very polite. That left me feeling a little bit more confident in them as a brand. And I generally always talk quite highly of BYD because they're up there with the best of the companies. So yeah, just to be transparent, I'm not sponsored by BYD. Every now and then, someone says, "Oh, you're sponsored or paid." I'm not paid by BYD. They're just decent cars, you know. They're good cars, so I talk about them because they make so many cars, millions of cars every year, that it's kind of you've got to talk about them because they're doing so many things and really pushing forward. So I don't work for BYD either. I've never worked for BYD. They don't pay me. They're not sponsoring me, and yeah, they don't see my videos before I publish them. Of course they don't. I'm just a bloke at home, really, and running a business. So they reached out simply because the story involved one of their customers with one of their cars, and they wanted to resolve that issue. So that's exactly what you'd hope a car company would do. And yeah, I also think this is a good reminder of how young the EV industry still is. And we're at a point where companies such as, I don't know, NIO or Tesla, BYD, and others, they're scaling really, really quickly. Millions of cars a year. I think last year, was it BYD sold 4 million, something like that, 4.2 or something. And yeah, they're learning and improving their customer service systems as they go. They were not really a massive car company in, like, say, 10 years ago. So it is hard. No one really gives them credit for that. Like, they are learning as they go, but by and large, they're doing a really good job, I would say. The speed at which BYD handled this case suggests that they absolutely are heading in the right direction. So yeah, again, most owners never experience issues like this anyway. I've never heard of it. So BYD's Blade battery, for example, one of the most stable, safest battery chemistries on the planet. Electric motors themselves have fewer moving parts to go wrong anyway. So electric cars generally are just more reliable. And yeah, with so few mechanical systems to fail, EVs genuinely do tend to be more reliable long term. The crucial thing is a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and an electric car full of sensors and cameras is obviously, the electronics need to be spiffing. And as I've said before, there are people on the internet who have reverse engineered the electronics from BYDs. They do actually do a really good job, and that was their job actually before they started building cars. So in my honest opinion, they're good cars. So this whole situation, from the initial problem to the incredibly fast resolution, shows that BYD cars are pretty solid. BYD as a company does care about making things right and you know, keeping things publicly, you know, keeping a good appearance up. So if anything, my respect for them has gone up, not down. Actually, the customer, I think, is probably happy with this. BYD took the car, they're fixing it properly, and the communication's still being polite on all sides. So I think this is a really good ending to that issue. And yeah, you're very welcome to let me know your thoughts in the comments. And have you had any issues, any weird issues, you know, any good experiences with any of your cars? Doesn't matter what brand it is. What sort of issues have you had? What stories have you heard about, you know, a fairly modern EV from the last 5, 6, 7 years? How, you know, if they've had an issue or break or something like that. I'd really like to hear what you've got to say, what sort of stories have gotten to you and which ones are sticking in your heads. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the support to the patrons and the members who support the channel. You make these videos possible, so that's beyond touching that actually so many people just come back and watch my stuff all the time. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.